tutorial, I am going to give you an overview of Google Classroom, which is a new learning management system created by Google this school year. And using Google Classroom with your students has a lot of benefits. The nice thing about Google Classroom is students can self-register or be invited to join your class using one of your Google groups. It also improves your organization and communication. It's a great spot for posting announcements, assignments, and resources all in one place for students to access. It has a turn in button feature, which allows students to mark their assignments complete and allows you to keep track of who is finished with their assignments. And another cool thing about it is if you are a Hapara user, you can actually drag your Google Classroom folders into Hapara folders, allowing you to kind of monitor their work and their browser windows the way you typically would in Hapara while still using Google Classroom to share resources. So if Google Classroom is something that you're interested in using, go ahead and go to the website, which is classroom.google.com. And once you are there, you can log in with your district Google Apps account. Google Classroom is only available for users within a school education domain. So keep that in mind that you cannot register for Google Classroom with a personal Google account. And once you have logged into Google Classroom for the first time, if you scroll halfway down the page, there will be an option that allows you to specify if you are a teacher or a student. So as a teacher, when you log in for the first time, obviously you'll choose that teacher option. And when you are getting your students registered, you will have them select the student option. And upon doing so, you'll be taken to a dashboard that looks similar to this, and you could begin creating your classes. To do that, go to the top right corner and click on the plus sign. And as a teacher, you will go to create a class. So name your class something that's easy for your students to identify as your class period. And press create. And just so you're aware, this is what it looks like once you're actually within one of your Google Classrooms. To get back to the main dashboard page and continue creating other class periods, go to the top left corner where you see these three horizontal lines and press home, and you'll be taken back to this dashboard. The process then for creating the rest of your classes is exactly the same. You'll go to the plus sign, press create class, and continue creating all your class periods until they show up here in this space. So I'm going to open up the class period that I just created, and navigating through Google Classroom is very simple. There's really only three sections here that you can navigate through. But before doing that, you may want to customize the look and feel of your Google Classroom. So to do that, you can go to Change Class Theme up here and browse through this gallery of some pre-selected themes that you can apply to your Google Classroom. So when you select a theme, it will be updated. I do wonder if eventually they will allow teachers to upload their own images as class themes. However, currently you can only use Google's default pictures as a class theme. So once you've done that, your next step will probably be to get students into your class. So let's switch to the Students menu here. And you have a couple of options when you are enrolling students in your class. One option is to press the invite button here. And if you have Google Groups already set up and your students are members of your groups in Google, you can select the Google group that your students are a part of. And in doing so, you'd be able to send them an email message inviting them to join your class. If you are a Hapara user, you also will have those Hapara groups listed in here with all of your students, and you could invite them that way. They would just have to check their Gmail accounts, look for an email from Google Classroom, and click on the link to join your class. So that's one option you have. The other option you have is to give them a class code. And within this Students tab here, you do see this class code. You also see it up here as well. You can reset it if you want to. Just note that the class code is different for every class period that you create within Google Classroom. That way you have a separate set of students for each of those class periods that you've created. So if you choose to go this route, what you can have your students do is go to Google Classroom the same way that you did and log in with their district account. And once they're on their dashboard, and they've obviously selected that student option, the way you went to go create a new class, clicking on this plus sign here, instead the students will have an option to join a class and enter a class code. So provide them with the class code from within your Students tab, and they can enter that and join. And immediately they will be taken to the class dashboard or classroom page here where they can see all of the content that you added to the stream. So let's talk about now as a teacher how you can actually work within this Students tab here and make some changes according to your preferences. So obviously I have this student here that's newly enrolled in my class. And what I can do is decide if I would like to mute them, which means I am preventing them from being able to post and comment on the stream. This may be a classroom management decision that you have to make if you have certain students that can't handle being able to post and comment on the stream. If the student moves out throughout the school year, you can remove them in this way. You also have the ability to email the student individually within this Actions menu as well. So in addition to being able to mute specific students, you can also choose to prevent your entire class from being able to post and comment to the stream. And to do that, you can use this drop-down menu right here. So by default, everyone, including yourself, can post and comment on the stream, meaning they can hold discussions and sort of treat the stream as a blog. If you do not want that, maybe you don't want them to create a main post, you only want them to comment on posts, you can only allow commenting. Or if you do not want your stream used as a discussion board, you could make it so that only the teacher can post or comment to the stream. So depending on your preferences, you can set that up. And once you've established those settings, we can move on to the stream menu here and begin posting. So within the stream, you have two different options. You can post an assignment or an announcement here. So starting with an announcement, you can press where it says share with your class and start typing in any announcement that you may have. If you wanted to, you can attach additional materials to this announcement. This may be beneficial if you are just giving students something that they need to read or view prior to your class the following day, and they're not actually completing any assignment and turning anything in. So to attach a document, you can press the paperclip icon here, and then you can upload something from your computer or your drive, and you'd be able to pull in documents that way. There's also a Google Drive button here, so you can bypass that upload option altogether from your computer and go straight into your drive to find documents to attach. There's a YouTube video search option. If YouTube is blocked, then this will not display the videos for your students. So unfortunately, this may not be a feature everyone can use, but if YouTube is not blocked, then you can embed a YouTube video. And the final option is to paste a web link in here if you wanted them to go to a certain website. So if you have any of these attached, then you can decide who is going to see this post. So by default, one of your class periods, whichever one you're posting to, is checked. But I really like that Google Classroom allows you to select all of your class periods, and that announcement can be shared with all of your classes at once. So when you're ready, you can post, and that announcement should show up on your stream for all of your students to see. Just to show you what this looks like from your students' view, if they come back to their stream, they will be able to see the announcement that you posted. Since I have enabled the ability to comment on the stream, the student could reply with a comment below my announcement here. So that is how you would post an announcement to your Google Classroom page. If instead you wanted to post a homework assignment, you can switch to assignment here. A lot of the features of posting an assignment are very similar to posting an announcement. So you would title your assignment at the top. You can choose to include a description of the assignment below. You can decide on a due date, and you also have the option of assigning a time if you wanted to, but this is optional. And below you can go to attach your files. And Google does allow you to attach multiple files, so feel free to browse and find the files that you're looking for. So here's my article, it's a PDF, and I would just like students to view this file, but I have a Google Doc to go along with it that I would like them to actually complete as homework. And for this one, I would like to change it so that they can do more than just view the file. I'd actually like them to each get a copy within their drive. The difference between editing and making a copy is if you allow students to edit the file, this means everyone in your class would be editing the same file, which is not beneficial for homework assignments. However, we can have a copy made for each student that will go into their drives individually. And similar to Hapara, if you are a Hapara user, Google Classroom will name the document, whatever it is titled, plus the student's first and last name, just so you can distinguish between each student's work assignment. And I would like this posted to all of my class periods. And then I'm going to assign it. And once it's posted to the stream, it will look a lot like this. So here's the assignment and the attachments. It lets me know that it's shared with each student, giving them their own copy. It also tells me when it's due and how many students are done and not done with that assignment. So switching to the student screen here, so we can actually see how a student would go about completing that assignment. On the student screen, they will see the assignment here. They will also have the ability to open the assignment and see the due date. They will not see how many of their classmates have completed the assignment at that time. They will only see what is available to them. So it is telling them that they are currently not done with that assignment. So they can open this up to view it. And as you can see, the student's first and last name has been added to the title here. And they can type their text and choose to turn it in at that time. If they aren't ready to turn it in quite yet, there are additional options that they have here for homework. They can actually press this add button and attach additional files. So if the homework assignment requires them to contribute their own documents or links, they can do that. They can also create a doc, presentation, spreadsheet, or drawing from scratch to go along with their homework assignment. But if it is just the attachment that they needed to complete, then they can press the Turn In button here that appears within this Google Doc. And at that point, They will get a message making sure that they'd like to confirm that they're ready to turn in their assignment, and they can turn it in. And it tells them that their assignment has been turned in and it is done here at this time. Just so you're aware, there's also a turn-in button here initially that they can press from the assignment description page. So not only in the Google Doc, but on the main page as well, they can turn it in. So if they realize after completing the document that they'd like to make some changes, they have the ability to unsubmit it. They could type a description for why they need to unsubmit that document. They can actually revise it and make changes to it. And then they can turn it in again with all of those changes that they have made. So now, if we were to switch back as a teacher, you will see that now the count of students that have completed the assignment has updated. So I can click on that here, and I can see the student who has submitted it, and the status is done. And clicking on this, I can open the assignment itself in order to grade it, or I can just look at the submission history here, and I can see a timestamp of when they submitted it, unsubmitted it, and resubmitted that file. So I'm going to open this file here to look at the student's work. And if I wanted to, I could actually edit the content, but I really like that you are able to switch from editing mode to suggesting mode. So if you wanted to, you could make some suggestions that appear along the side, similar to comments. So there, you can allow the student to see the suggestions you've made, make revisions if necessary, and mark off this comment or suggestion as something that you have addressed. So if this is the student's final product, you can choose to assign a point value to that assignment or make it ungraded. And if it is graded, you can actually mark the student's grade right within Google Classroom. Once you have finished grading, you can press the return button and return the assignment to the student. And returning the assignment to the student actually allows them to see their grade right within Google Classroom. It also allows them to see their grade in an email notification that they receive. If you plan to use Hapara and Google Classroom together, something that you'll want to tell your students to do is go into their Google Drives and open their Classroom folder. And just to make sure that you are able to monitor their Google Classroom work within Hapara, have them drag their Google Classroom folder into their Hapara folder. That way you are able to use both systems together to monitor their work. This tutorial has been intended to show you Google Classroom, and hopefully it is a tool that you will find beneficial for assignment management.